Hi guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back. Grab a drink or a snack and have a seat. Also, I'm sorry in advance for yelling at you. So if you guys haven't noticed yet, this week there's no vlog. And if I'm being honest, that wasn't by accident. I purposely didn't post a video, didn't want to vlog anything for a reason, and I will get into that. That's the whole point of this video. I'm going to explain some things and what I've been going through the past week and really get into it. I feel like I owe you guys that much, and I've been saying in the past 2-3 vlogs that I would start opening up a little more about what I've been going through, and I haven't done that. The problem is when I do the vlog and try to talk about what I go through, it's kind of a bit of a distraction for me. So I just decided to do this video, turn on the camera, and let's just sit down and chat. I want to treat it as if we're just hanging out in my room together, chilling on the bed, talking, having a drink or whatever. Speaking of which, I gotta go grab my drink. I'll be right back. My bev choice. No, this is not no beer. It's just Mott's apple juice. Okay, so first of all, guys, I want to thank you guys for subscribing, liking. I'm just happy that you're even here, even if you're not doing any of that. Thank you for clicking on the video. If you don't have a drink, I'll drink for you. But cheers to y'all, like for real, to y'all. Okay, so this past week I've been like super intentional with how I spend my time. Unfortunately, things are not always in your control. And understand where I'm coming from if you do believe in God and walk with Christ. And yeah, I've been having issues with that maybe for quite some time now. Like, I have this personality where I want to plan every step. I want to make sure, okay, if we do this, this is going to happen. This is the way, this is what's going to get us to what we want. Like, that's just how my brain operates. Unfortunately, the con of it is that you always feel some sort of need to control things, and if the outcome doesn't align with what you expected, you get upset. And that's what I've been trying to do, to not have any expectations for things that are no longer in my control. This week is a prime example of that. This week, for the past month, my goal was to be consistent on YouTube and post every Sunday. That got interrupted because of life. I mean, I could sit here and say that this is an interruption, inconvenience, a hiccup, a bump in the road. I could sit here and get upset and mad even over that, because that's what I would normally do. My plans didn't go as planned. Now I'm no longer in control, so I get upset. Instead of all that, I chose to do things a little differently this time. I chose to be intentional with my time. Basically, me and my family found out that somebody in our family passed away, so we had to attend a funeral. That is why there was no vlog. I was not working on that. I was intentionally spending time with my family. Now that that is out of there, I thank you guys for your patience and for understanding, and thank you for still supporting me and watching me, and that means the world to me, that you guys come back, we watch, we get to spend time together, and look at me getting all sentimental on y'all. All right, let's get into the real tea. It's not really tea, kind of more like revelation. This is like, I'm going about this like I'm big sis, so let's go. The good thing about the funeral that I got from it was that I got to see so many faces, family-wise, that I haven't seen in years. And it was like just nice to see people that you love come together. As sad as it is, you could sit here and be on the other spectrum and say, oh, that's sad that people only come together for funerals. I do think some people that attend these funerals and these things click, like me, you start to appreciate time. You understand, maybe it might be fleeting, but you understand that life is short. You don't have forever. Time is limited on this earth, and don't take it for granted. That's what I learned and got to see. And it was just a blessing that, unfortunately it took someone passing away, but I got to see these people that I haven't seen in years. Not to say that it's anyone's fault either. Life goes on, we grow up, we have our own families and our own kids, and that's just how it goes. I understand that. But some things just click sometimes. And sometimes it just takes that. And like, if you know scripture, death and funerals and things like that are things we're supposed to rejoice in and not necessarily cry over. Not to sound like an insensitive asshole, but I don't understand how we understand that life is short, but we live like it's not. All this time we think we have planning our own lives as if God can't just say, this is it today. You don't think he can just end your life today? And not on no punishment, evil type, but like your name can be called. He can call you back up into heaven and say, son, it's time. And that could be it. We need to stop acting and living like we have tomorrow. There needs to be, I believe for someone to be God-fearing, there needs to be some sort of sense of urgency. And I stress that heavily on the people I love. Like, if you're sitting here saying you're God-fearing, including myself, if you're sitting here saying you're God-fearing, but you have no sense of urgency, to me, you lack obedience. You feel me? Like, let me put it together, right? If I told my daughter, go clean your room, and she's like, hold on, wait, is she listening to me? Sure, she might listen to me an hour from now when if she remembers that I said clean your room an hour ago. But has she forgotten, she's being disobedient. Until the time comes to where she does remember, in that hour span time, she is disobedient. That's why I say a God-fearing man or woman would have some sort of sense of urgency, because if God were to say, go clean your room, you're going to go clean your room. If God says, forgive this person, you forgive that person. That's obedience. If God tells you, give to this person, you give to that person. That is obedience. You don't say, wait. You don't say, hold on. You don't say, after, let me do this first. You know, that's what makes someone God-fearing. Life is too short. Please, can we stop living like it's not? Number 2, the second thing I learned over the week is that God uses life circumstances for his will. We might in the moment look at things as punishment. We might even go to the extreme of blaming it and saying that it's the devil, the opposition. But in scripture, if you read, you see that God uses evil for good. God uses interruptions for purpose. It's just crazy, because what I call inconvenience, God calls alignment. It's just crazy how things work out if you let it, just let go, let God, and be patient and be aware. And don't forget to think about these things. If you notice something and something clicks and you start thinking about it, it's like, oh shoot, I completely missed that sign. I see it now. Do that too. Ecclesiastes 7 says it's easier to go to the house of mourning. Something I learned over the weekend is that there's something about family that's irreplaceable. There's something in it that like nothing else can fulfill. I wish I could tell you what that is right now, but I can't even put it into words. I could try. Let me try. It's the feeling of togetherness. Alright, I got this. It's kind of like how Israel was going through Egypt. You don't go through it alone necessarily. It was a group. You can't do things in this world by yourself. Family is one thing that completes that wholeness, along with, relationships and having kids and things like that. Family is just one of those things. Even if it's family that you're not that close to, just being around the people that you grew up with, that are your cousins, your uncles, even distant family at that. I don't know, it just puts me in some sort of awe, like this is the point. This is the point of everything. This is the why. This is the reason why we do what we do. For the kids, for the next generation. What did your grandparents do for you is what you have to do for your grandkids now. I'm Cambodian. I grew up with grandparents who came from the Khmer Rouge, which was a genocide, and they had to run away from their country, Cambodia, to come to the United States to give their kids, which would be my generation's parents, so my mom and dad, a better life. And they then start to work in factories and 9-to-5 type jobs, whatever job they can get, make some money to give us, my generation, the kids, a better life. Like, that's what I came from. That is the point. So when you see people pass away that sacrifice so much, not for themselves, but an unselfish sacrifice for the family, that should be a wake-up call to everybody. Wake up. Like I said, there's something about family that you just cannot replace. Stop waiting to be who God called you to be. People play with obedience. People play with healing and change. Like, that's just another lack of sense of urgency, but let's put it into different words. I'll put it into different words for you. That's disrespecting time that God gave you as a gift. Stop disrespecting it. by doom scrolling, by sitting on your ass and doing nothing. He called you to be bigger. He called you to be better. Step into that. Align with that. He gives you visions and dreams. Focus on them. It's kind of like a camera. When you go to take a picture of something, right? Even with your iPhone, tap what you want to focus on. And then it focuses. It clears up, right? It's the same thing. God's going to give you this picture. It may be blurry, but the more you hone in on it, the clearer the image gets, the clearer the vision gets, and everything that happens in life that goes with this vision, that just gives you even more clarity. Stop delaying who God called you to be. Step into it. I'm sorry again for yelling at you guys. I get real passionate about these things. If you like these types of videos, give it a like or throw in the comments. DM me on Instagram. Let me know like what you want me to talk about, or should I just like continue to recap my week and what I learned and keep trying to teach you guys like big sis, you know? But in the meantime, yes, there was no vlog this Sunday. This sit down video is gonna hopefully get put out soon, and then vlog's still coming on Sunday, okay? We're gonna get back on schedule. This was not misalignment. This was God realigning, slowing me down, and he knew exactly what I needed. This only pushes me more, guys. More videos, more content, more... I love being on YouTube, okay? I don't know if you guys know that. My favorite social media platform is YouTube. YouTube and Instagram is what I will be on. I will be creating videos for you guys, and yeah, it's just so much clearer now. I see things in a different light, and yeah, you guys will see. You guys will see, okay? Make sure you stay tuned for next week's vlog. Again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for all the support. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on Sunday. But in the meantime, guys, check on your people, love your people, and stop living like you got forever. All right? Peace. Love y'all.